Check, check, check. Oh, snap, it's loud. I don't have I'm using a mic. I don't have the coach's voice. Coach got that voice that, you can just speak over everything. But, no, it's good to be here. It's good to, this is my first AI meeting this year, actually. Hey, picture. And so I'm excited. Like, this is the first time I get to see people, think and growing. So, but I want to thank Philly G, Mama G, and staff for just this opportunity. And, we're here because of their faithfulness to this and their love for us. So I just got to give honor where honor's due. So if you could just give a hand clap for those people. Part of my story and my testimony is because of their love for me, so I appreciate that. So, but yeah, for those who don't know me, my name is Farai Mutatu. And I'm a men's soccer team, as you can tell. We call it football around the world, but it's soccer here. So I was born in Zimbabwe. And when I was 6 years old, anybody from Zimbabwe here? Dang, it's all good, it's all good. When I was born in Zimbabwe, and I was 6 years old, and we moved from Zimbabwe to Michigan. And so I didn't know what I was doing, to be honest with you. I was this African kid that was trying to figure out what was going on. I remember running around in the snow barefoot, thinking it was, I don't know what I was thinking. I was freezing. And trying to figure out what's going on. And my parents, actually, we moved to East Lansing. And I remember when I was 8 years old, I was at recess, and at this time, I'm just trying to be accepted. I talk differently from everybody, different language, and so forth and so forth. And these kids were like, hey, Frank, you come out and play soccer with us? Yeah. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And so I'm out there, and I don't know what I'm doing. I kind of kick the ball just as hard as I can. And it goes like upper 90, and I did like a fadeaway. I didn't even see the goal. I was just like, oh, whatever. And these kids were like, yo, what? Did you see what you just did? And so I'm like, all right, okay. So then, at first, since that moment, I loved it because people were cheering me, it made me feel like I was accepted in that moment from my peers and people around me. They didn't care, how I sounded like, how I looked like, this African kid. I was just like, yo, I'm part of them. And so then that's kind of how I kept playing soccer. And to be honest with you, I started getting, really good at soccer. I started playing travel ball, and it was something that, some of y'all can relate to. You have those moments where you just kind of pick up your sport, and you love it, and it maybe gives you popularity, it gives you opportunities with different people. And so then that's what happened. And so I was 14 years old though, fast forward, actually 13 years old, 13 years old. And at this time in my life, things were good. Soccer was good. I have friends, popularity, and so forth and so forth. But then I'm an immigrant, so my parents had to go back home to Zimbabwe, and for reasons out of my control, they couldn't come back. And to this day, I haven't seen them. And so at that time, my 23-year-old brother at that time, I'm 21, so 23-year-old brother had to kind of take care of me. I was 13 years old at the time, and then my little sister was 11. And so then that was kind of hard for a family because I had to grow up kind of fast, and my brother had to grow up fast. And I remember just kind of seeing my sister crying, and that hurt me because she missed her mom, she missed her dad, and I missed them too. But I remember I was trying to be mucho macho. I didn't want to cry. I tried to be strong for her. Deep down I'm crying inside every day. And honestly, I remember at that moment I made a decision. I said I'm gonna grow up. I'm gonna be a man for the family. I don't know if y'all can relate to that. We were like, hey, I want to provide. I want to do everything I can to help my family. So I said I'm gonna go hard in soccer. I'm gonna go hard in school. I'm gonna try to play professional soccer. That's what's gonna help my family. I'm gonna try to get a Division I scholarship. So that's what I was gonna do. And fast forward later, I did. I got to sign, here to come and play soccer at Michigan State. So I was ecstatic and I was happy. And so I'm here now, freshman year. Fast forward. I'm here freshman year. Where my freshmen at? Freshman year. Yeah. There you go. And I'm here, and to be honest with you, I'm sitting in these same seats. And at that time, life was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I did what I wanted to do. I had built my foundation on soccer. I had built my foundation on being successful. And to be honest, I'm like, whoa, I'm pretty, nothing's going on right now. Life's pretty good. And But then, as I got into freshman year, I began to see my foundation begin to break. I wanted to start on the team. I thought I could start, but I didn't start, and that hurt me. And so I wasn't starting, so that was one thing. But I was starting to play well, I was kind of scoring a few goals, and then our team was doing well. We ended up going to the Final Four. So that was like the first time we did that, in years, like 50 years. But then I remember after the Final Four, coming back to it, usually you'd be like, hey, you were one game away from the national championship, you should be kind of keeping that up. For me, I was depressed, like absolutely shattered. And that was just one evidence of me just kind of seeing what my foundation was on and how reliable it was. And I have a story with Phil. I remember coming here, it was the day before the Michigan game, my freshman year. And I got hurt in practice. And so I was freaking out. And so right after practice, I called Phil. I said, Phil, I need you right now. Okay? Because Philly G, he's a minister, man, pastor, man. He's going to do something for me. He's going to pray for my knee. I'm going to get right before the game, man. He's going to do something super hard, right? I'm calling Phil, like, Phil, we need to meet up right now, 101, right? And I'm talking to Phil. And, like, the message that I got from Phil was like, all right, like, we can pray about it. But it's like, what if you can't play soccer anymore? What if, yeah, you come back and whatever, but what if you can never play again? And I was like, shut up, Phil, come on, just pray for me, just pray for me. Come on. But at that moment, he planted a seed in me that like made me think about like, what is this all for? What am I really living for? And what if this ends? And I remember January 27th, winter retreat freshman year, the Morris Crawford. Highly recommend everyone to go to winter retreat, by the way. I remember going to winter retreat, and he told me something that to this day I'll never forget. He told me, and we went through John 4:13 to 14. And he said this, I'll pull it up, sorry. I don't remember. It says, and this is Jesus talking. He says, everyone who drinks of this water will be thirsty again. But whoever drinks of the water that I will give him will never be thirsty again. The water that I will give him will become in him a spring of water welling up to eternal life. And at that moment, I got to see that first, I was drinking out of water that was not satisfying me. Soccer was not satisfying me. And I could tell because I was doing stuff to try to satisfy me and it didn't work. Whether it was partying, drinking, girls, or even social media, like I needed so many different devices to fill me up, and none of them filled me up. And so then, I was also brought to another verse, which is Romans 5:8, which says this. It says that while we were still sinners, I'm going to pull it up again so I don't get it wrong. But God shows his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. And I remember January 27, 2019, for the first time in my life, fully giving myself to the Lord, fully surrendering myself to the Lord, allowing God not just to be like a side piece of my life, but allowing God to be the center piece of my life, to be the foundation, to be the ground in which I live my life from, the ground in which I play soccer from, the ground in which I get to love people from. And ever since then, my life hasn't been the same. And I can tell you that for sure, that my life has not been the same. The person that I was freshman year and now is different. And that's because of what God has been doing in my life and through me. And the storms still come, the temptations still come, the hardships will come, but having that foundation allows me to go through them knowing who I am. Like I actually know who I am, and I actually have a purpose. And so then, I've been thinking about this, just thinking about where my mentality was coming in freshman year, where my mentality is coming in this year. And I remember, it was all about soccer, it was all about Farai. But now I get to live life with Jesus. And it's the greatest freedom and the greatest joy that anyone could ever want. And I think that if I were to go back to freshman year, I would first say, get a haircut, obviously. But I would say this. I was putting everything and anyone for my goals and my dreams. And when I got to the end of it, it was worth worth nothing. It was like, what is this? What is this all for? And this year, I'm like, man, God, you saved me. You gave me life, hope, joy, peace. You're actually satisfying me. And even when I go through trials and tribulations, I know that it's like, it's for my good eventually, because you're with me, you're going through with me. And now it's like, I remember like this year, I was going through the locker room, I was alone, and I just spent time just praying for my teammates in the locker room. But then no one was there, I was just kind of praying for my teammates. You can see the names on in the locker room, and it hit me. And it wasn't like a Morgan Freeman voice, the guy talking. It was just like, man, like I just felt something in me and said, man, there was a time when you were putting all these names, all these souls. It was a time when you're putting championships above those names. It was a time when you're putting your goals, your stats, your status, your success, even your success with your family. You were putting all of that above what they really needed. And there are people here that are thirsty, and they're looking for hope, they're looking for something that can fully stand on, it's not gonna break on you. And we have that here. And so, I thank you, and I thank the people in this room, staff, Phil, because I've got to grow with people here. I've got to do life with my friends and Harper and Nick, and to grow together. You know, it's not a thing that you do alone. And so I'm really grateful for God for that. And I'm excited to do life with new people that I get to see here. And honestly, just to glorify God in everything that we're doing.